Long before it sat in silver bowls on the tables of kings, the pineapple grew wild in the lowlands of South America, somewhere between the great rivers of what is now Brazil and Paraguay. The people who lived there cultivated it for thousands of years, prizing its sweetness, its fibers, and its juice. They called it by names we have mostly forgotten, and they carried it north across the continent, planting it island by island through the Caribbean until it grew almost everywhere the climate was warm and the rain was kind. By the time it reached the wider world, it was no longer simply a fruit. It was a traveler that had already crossed an ocean of human hands. In 1493, on his second voyage, Christopher Columbus and his crew encountered the pineapple on the island of Guadeloupe. To European eyes, it was astonishing. A fruit shaped like a pine cone yet sweet as honey, crowned with a fan of spines. They carried it back across the Atlantic, and almost at once it became a sensation. But the pineapple did not travel well. It bruised, it spoiled, and it could not survive long voyages in good condition. For nearly 2 centuries it remained impossibly rare in Europe, a thing spoken of more often than tasted. Rarity made it precious, and precious things become symbols. By the 17th and 18th centuries, the pineapple had become the ultimate emblem of wealth and hospitality. Gardeners built elaborate heated greenhouses called pineries, burning fortunes in fuel to coax a single fruit to ripen in the cold northern air. A pineapple grown in England might cost the equivalent of thousands of dollars today. Hosts would display one at the center of a banquet table, sometimes the same fruit rented again and again, paraded from party to party until it finally rotted. The shape appeared carved into bedposts, gateposts, and the tops of buildings, a silent boast of status. To offer a guest a pineapple was to offer them the rarest luxury one could imagine. Behind that elegance lay something harder. As European empires spread across the tropics, they saw in the pineapple not only beauty but profit. The plant itself is patient and strange. It is a bromeliad, growing close to the ground in a rosette of stiff, sword-like leaves. From its center rises a single flowering stalk, and dozens of small flowers fuse together into one fruit, a structure of many berries grown into a whole. It takes nearly 2 years to produce that first pineapple, and the plant must be propagated not from seed but from slips and crowns, the leafy top of one fruit becoming the beginning of the next. Every pineapple is harvested by hand. Because the fruit does not ripen further once it is cut, workers must judge each one by color and scent, moving down long rows under a heavy sun, twisting the ripe ones free and laying them onto conveyors that stretch across the fields like the spokes of a great wheel. In the early 20th century, the islands of Hawaii became the heart of this industry. Companies cleared vast plantations, and one man, James Dole, built an empire on canned pineapple, making the fruit affordable for the first time to ordinary families. What had been a symbol of kings became a staple of kitchens, sliced into rings and sealed in tin. That transformation came at a cost paid by plantation laborers and by lands reshaped to serve a single crop. Today the pineapple is grown across the tropics, with Costa Rica, the Philippines, and Brazil among the largest producers, and well over 25 million tons harvested around the world each year. It arrives in our markets cheap and abundant, stripped of the mystery that once surrounded it. Yet its history lingers in the shapes we still carve above our doorways, where the pineapple endures as a sign of welcome. From a wild plant tended by forgotten hands, to the prize of emperors, to a humble can on a shelf, it has carried within it the whole story of how we grow, trade, and dream of the things that feed us.